Welcome to Mortgage Talk with your host, Rick Montgomery. During the broadcast, you'll learn the ins and outs concerning your mortgage and how to manage your finances when owning a home. Now, here's your host, Rick Montgomery, with Mortgage Talk.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there for you. From the Douglas Bradley II office, located at 8660 Broadway, Maryville, Indiana. We have the friendliest staff this side of heaven, anxiously waiting to serve you. Your needs become our priority. We are very prompt, professional, and courteous. We will keep you informed with up-to-date information when it concerns you and your family. We specialize in tailoring our products to your unique situation. The information you choose to share with us will be kept in the strictest confidence. We look forward to growing with your family and the needs that develop. We spoil our customers. We will not take your business for granted. We represent State Farm, but we work very hard for you. Our team members are Agent Douglas Bradley II, Angela Harris, Deborah Murphy, Kenneth Thames. You can contact us at area code 219-756-3700. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there for you.
Well, all right, and welcome to Mortgage Talk. Glad to be here on a beautiful, beautiful day. It's a Friday. Glad to be here with you on a Friday. We are streaming nationally throughout the internet. We are streaming worldwide, and we're glad to do so and glad to be here streaming worldwide because we're streaming through speaker.com. So we're on speaker.com Friday. Today is Friday. We're on speaker.com. No, we're not on Blog Talk. We're on speaker.com. Today we'll be on Blog Talk, Dave, I guess next week. I don't know. Joining me, of course, in the studio is Dave, the man. He's our engineer. He's here at WHPNN Radio Network. Had a little tough time streaming into Blog Talk, so we just simulcast. And since we are on the simulcast, we did it through speaker.com. So we are doing speaker.com here with you. Isn't that something? So we're glad to do that and glad to be here with you on that. It's been a while because I've been out there doing a lot of different things. As some of you may know, I am now an insurance broker or producer. Okay. And I'm glad to be one. It's a new career, something exciting to be involved with, something great to do. I'm still involved in the mortgage industry. This is why I still talk about and do mortgage talk. So don't worry. I'm never, ever going to abandon the first love of mortgages and abandoning the first love of programs and information to talk to you about to help you through your mortgage needs just as well. But isn't it wonderful to know that I'm also am insurance, life and health producer, property and casualty producer. So I'm able to assist you and to help you even in the field of insurance. Even with annuities, I'm able to help you obtain annuities just as well. So look at us as almost been a one-stop top place because that's what we are doing as we putting our office together and our finalizing some of the final touches in the insurance business as I'm doing now, finalizing on some test taking so I can complete that so we can get the license there so we can bring that in here just as well. So I'm excited. God bless everybody that has helped me. And certainly God bless you all out there for listening. I thank you so much, man. I really, really do. Thank you, speaker.com, just as well for you guys listen to me on speaker.com. Listen to Mortgage Talk. I know this is the home of Club Saturday Night. So I know Club Saturday Night airs more on speaker.com than we do. So we come in occasionally and then we'll sprinkle a little goodness of the mortgage industry and mortgage talk on speaker.com. So we thank you so much for you guys tuning in to us here on speaker.com. We are glad to just be able to be here to just give some good information for you guys just as well. Today was an interesting day. It was what topic, since you haven't talked on Mortgage Talk for about 3 weeks. No, I haven't. Been getting a lot of things together in my life and a lot of things together in the business. What is there? Do you have a topic? Have you thought of a topic? And for the first time in the many, many years since 2004 doing Mortgage Talk, I'm at a baffle point to say, oh my God, you mean to tell me I have nothing I can think of to talk about, especially on one of my favorite topics like Mortgage Talk? And what I can think about will just simply stop and listen to questions that was asked of me, to emails that were sent to me, and through reading emails, well, not emails, I'm sorry, but reading comments that other mortgage talk shows that other people have asked them. And so I said, what we need to do is maybe just openly talk about some of the problems that some people may have, and you just might be one of the people that just may have these particular problems. Okay. Not all of it is on you, but out of the 2 or 3 points that I'm going to make, it just may be what you may be going through. Okay. There are lots of people hurting in this world. Good, bad, white, black, brown, yellow. They're hurting in this world in the mortgage industry. Owning property. Jobs folding. Time on job got cut. Spouse died. They got laid off and now have to take a lesser job making lesser money. Trying to keep together their lifestyle, but then discover that their Roth account just lost $72,000 from their retirement that they once had $190,000 in. Or they lost over $88,000 that they had about $97,000 from the Roth account. Ain't that something? Now they have to go back to finding a job, kind of like what they had when they were first in college or even in high school. They have to give up some of their lifestyle of living. Some people even had to sell their homes. Some even had to buy trailer homes. There's nothing wrong with trailer homes now. There's some nice trailer homes out here that are very, very beautiful, very, very nice, very, very comfortable. So I'm not putting down trailer homes, even though it is very, very less costly. Some of the people have to downsize from their bigger house to a smaller house or their medium house to a small house. Some even have to go rent a house. Okay. There are some people that even had to do something else different than that. Some of them had to even go and buy a RV and live in an RV, which I like that idea myself. I think it's kind of cool, but not on a permanent level, but I do think it's kind of cool. And even some senior citizens do that now on a permanent level, which I think is very, very cool. But these are some of the factions that they had to do simply because of the problems that they have had with the income. Now, I want to talk to you about some of the solutions to some of these problems that you may be in right now, and you don't know what to do. You have already missed the confirmation of sale, so therefore you cannot redeem the property. Now, I talked about foreclosure over 3 weeks ago, and I talked about it from part one to part two, and even done a 3, which is not a part, but still a foreclosure information to show you how you can redeem your property. All you have to do is just go to blogtalkradio.com/mortgage talk 1, the number 1 symbol, and you can download that information. It's right there. It's free information And people pay money between $2,300 to $3,500 for this information. But the information is right there for you that you can do that and save your property. And it covers a lot of different scenarios that people may be in. But I'm not trying to repeat that simply because I'm on speaker.com. I'm not trying to repeat that. That's why I'm asking you to go to blogtalkradio.com/mortgage talk 1, the number 1 symbol. And you can go in and get what? That information. Real simple, real easy. And you can get that information. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that beautiful? But I want to talk to you about after you have lost the property, how to redeem and come back. Rick, my credit is messed up. I got foreclosure on there. The word foreclosure on there is going to be on there for the next 10 years. I'm not able to get that off. Well, don't say what you're not able to do, because I had a student that were able to do that. She talked and she negotiated with the mortgage company based on her circumstances, based on the children that she had, and based on the fact that she had to get back into the working world. Somebody somewhere was going through what she had already, what she is going through now, what they had already been through. They knew where she was coming from, and they knew how tough it is for a woman to be able to come back after the tragic circumstances that she had had with her husband, who were no longer with her. But she had 6 children, 6 little children to take care of. And the challenge to get someone to watch these 6 little children, and now she has to get a job. Husband had just enough. Listen now, listen. Husband had just enough insurance to bury him. Didn't think nothing about his wife or his 6 children. Didn't think what would happen to their life. Shame on you if you're a man that has a family and all you get is just enough insurance to bury you, because you're so little in your mind and so little in your heart, until you don't want nobody to prosper as you think of it. That's the ignorant thinking talking, that you don't want nobody to prosper from what you're going to leave and some other man to be with her. So therefore you make sure there's just enough to bury you. And the hell with your children and your wife. Shame on you, but yet you want to go to heaven. It's shame on some of our senior people who are here today, and all they want to do is just get just enough insurance to bury them, but not think about that their daughter or that their son or son and daughter have invested a lot of time in during your senior time as you are in your declining time. And if you happen to be one of the seniors that got sick and is sick and they've been putting up with a lot and spending a lot, you don't think enough to see your children escalate up, because if you did, you would have done it already, and you could have been right here with them, guiding them and watching them grow for what you have left the legacy for them to grow too. That's what insurance is all about. It is not about just for death. But in the scenario that I'm talking about, as she talked with them, she convinced them to take the word foreclosure off of her credit. And I watched her credit during the 16 weeks of my class. I watched, because that was the name of the game. I promise you that I get your credit score up in 16 weeks if you enter into my class, and they did. And we watched her credit grew from a 430 to a 612. Ain't that something? And even when I was in the second 16 weeks with a new class, she came and she saw me and stopped me on week 9 of that second term being in with a different class to bring me, listen, because she came to church, to bring me her credit report so she can show me, because she knows how I was as a mortgage broker, tri-merger, get a tri-merger. And she brought me all 3 bureaus. But she wanted me to see her 712 score, her 730 score, and her 720 score on those bureaus from where she started. Isn't that something? So don't tell me what you can't do. Don't say what's hard to do. You just say you don't know how to do it. And now you're willing to do it. And I'm going to share the information with you so you can do it. Talking about credit repair is also on Mortgage Talk. Just go to blogtalkradio.com/Mortgage Talk 1, number 1 symbol. And you can scroll down and see all the other 500 and some blogs that Mortgage Talk have. But you can scroll down and you can find, because they list it with topics, and you can go down and you can find the one that I talk about credit repair and even talk about consumer credit and debt, that was created by the historical black colleges and Yale University, teaching you how to make repairs and proficiency, the negative, off your credit, and letting you know who governs these independent LLC bureaus. Okay? They're governed by the Federal Trade Commission. Okay? But I'm not going there today. I just want you to know where to go. For some of you may have that question in mind, but I just want you to know where to go. blogtalkradio.com/Mortgage Talk 1, the number 1 symbol, and then scroll down and look for the title of it, Credit Repair. Okay? Freddie Mac, Consumer Credit and Debt. Look for them and listen. Information is right there. Okay. Information is definitely right there. Free information that you can utilize is right there. It's right there. It's right there. But I'm talking about what to do now that you packed everything up and you leaving, but you know within the next week or two you got to get out, but you don't have no idea of where you're going. You thought you was going to be able to go over to your sister's, but then inside or what you saw there or what you heard there, you're just not comfortable in going there. I mean, so much so until you even contemplating on sleeping in your car for 2-3 days and maybe spend 1 day there just to wash up. Get a thorough bath. Okay. So I want to help you out. When you find yourself in situations like that, these are some of the options that you need to look at. Look around you, or maybe go a little further out. And shame on you if you don't have an automobile. Go further out and look for some trailer park areas that have decent trailers in there, and you can rent you a trailer. The rent is very inexpensive. You can wind up paying the total of $330 just to rent a trailer, and some of them are nice, very, very nice, and you can put some of your stuff there too. It will help you to rebuild back, but have a living place to live. Okay. Some of them are in a transportation areas in which you can go. And now there are some terrible ones around. There's some horrible ones around. I'm not talking about those there. I'm not talking about you go to anything horrible, anything disgusting. I'm talking about a decent trailer home, and they come in different sizes. So don't get too crazy. Just get you something that can fit your budget while you are rebuilding. Okay. And while you are rebuilding, you're going to be rebuilding your credit status just as well. You're going to get on there and take away and proficiency all the negative. Nothing you can do about the foreclosure. But what you can do in the narrative column put the information in the narratives column. Home was lost through foreclosure due to the loss of my spouse. He died. She died. Became permanently disabled. Lost a large portion of income. $60K gone. Now I have to work. Now everything is on me now. And I must move from a part-time to a full-time job. Yes, you can put that on there. But don't put nothing on there ridiculous, okay? And even sometimes you may even have to dress up something a little bit, if you understand what I'm saying. And you can put that on there, or you can leave it blank. But don't go into no foot-long page. Make it a paragraph. All you need is a paragraph cut to the Adam's apple. Okay? Don't make it nothing longer than that. Anything longer than that, people hate to read long things. They really do, especially in today's time. They don't even like to read long resumes. That's why people don't do long resumes anymore. So don't do it. Cut, sweet, narrow, to the point. Okay? And if it's your fault, based on negligence, based on you just spending money wildly, based on you just doing some crazy, stupid thing, then leave it blank. Don't put nothing there. Don't put that you did something stupid, but now you woke up. Okay, don't do that. Okay, people don't want to. They don't want to hear that. Okay, they think that if you're stupid then you're stupid now. So just don't do that. Okay, and I'm giving you this in terms of observational points from people, everyday folks in the street. But everyday folks in the street are the ones that also have jobs too. And even though they are supposed to be of the highest of the profession, trust me, they do think in that capacity. Now, they may speak in a little different capacity, but their thinking concept is still related to that capacity just as well. So I'm just keeping it real, okay? So what you're going to be doing in this process is making the repairs on the negative credit that you have from viewing all three bureaus. Doing your proficiencies on them. Negotiate with them little by little, one by one, based on your income, based on what you can afford to do. That's your task to do. And if a trailer park is not available or you need something else, then you can find a smaller home. There are rented homes out here that you can rent a home for very little cost. How little? Depends on your area. $500. $700. Naturally, they're going to want a deposit. Who wouldn't? In case you damage these people's homes, they want something, but a lot of them are willing to work with you on deposit. Maybe they want a $2,000 deposit and all you have is $1,000 and the first month's rent. And you can say, well, every month I'll put another 100 in there to go toward the second deposit based on my situation that I just got in. Can you work with me? And you'll be surprised what people of landlord status will do for you. You'll be surprised unless you ask, you don't know. Don't go there with your hand out right away. Just go there, fill out the application first. Let them approve you and say, after you do the application, because some places say, okay, complete the application. We'll call you and set something up for you come by the house to look at. Okay, go through that process. Don't tell them nothing first. Just go through the process. Listen to me. Go through the process first. Then when you arrive there, if you arrive there at your best, honey, at your best, gentlemen, at your best, now you can do your walkthrough and say, I really like this house. I really like the neighborhood. This is really, really nice. This is great. I think the rent is fine. I think what you're asking is wonderful. I had a situation, if I can talk with you just for a bit. What situation? What are you talking about? And then you can tell them your story. Pick the right moment in time and energy, and then relate that to them. Not all is going to respond. Most will. And they go, oh, yeah, but we got another guy that's going to come in here and he got everything. Okay. I just want to give you the opportunity since you came in and did the application, And so we chose from that and chose you, but this guy's ready to go. I do understand that because not everybody had to go through what I went through. So I do understand, and I'm not asking for any extra, to override anybody. I just know that this is a situation that I didn't plan for. It happened to me, and if I can get any help from it, great, But I do appreciate you giving me the time. I just don't have the other 1,000 to give you for security, and I can only offer another 100 each and every month. Why I do this? Now, if they come back and say, okay, I can do that for 6 months, but in the final 6 months, you need to come up with a balance. Agree to it. Because even though you can't do it at the time, you don't know what may happen in the 6 months that you're going through the process. And anybody that you're making payments on a consistency level, when it's time for you to give the lump and you call them up and you tell them that, hey, I had unethical circumstances that took place. I'm unable to give you the full month. Okay, but I'm going to pay the additional 100 like I've been doing. And then next month, everything should be okay. You can go in with that point because you've been making the payments on time. You'd be surprised what people will work with you on. Okay? They'll work with you if you can't get it for that time. They're not going, what they're going to do is say, get out? They're not going to do that. You've been paying your rent on time and the extra every month. Trust me, they'll work with you. I guarantee you. As a landlord, I'm telling you, they'll work with you. Okay? Other things that you can do if you're in that situation, as I mentioned earlier, is rent a house. You can find a house to rent a house. Now, here's something great for challenge credit. Here's something wonderful. You can rent a house, even though they didn't advertise for this, meaning they didn't advertise that they're going to sell. But you can rent the house, and in the time that you're in the house for that year, you may find out that they want to sell a property. Or you offer, say, hey, look, I want to rent this house from you, but I want to buy it after a year. Or, if it's possible, can we do a land contract on this house right now? A land contract? Yes, a land contract. And a land contract is when you're making your rent to them, and there's a portion of that rent going toward the down payment. And for them, it's a win-win situation because the rent that you're making to them, they got to pay taxes on. But the portion that you're giving them to go toward the down payment, it's tax-free money. They ain't got to pay nothing on it. Now, some land contracts, and there are a few different types, can, as you paying down on, you also buying equity into that property, by the way. And some land contracts, depends on how it's written, you are not only gaining the equity, but you're gaining control of that equity. And if you decide at the end of that land contract term, whether it's 12 months or 24 months, and if you decide that you don't want to exercise that option, instead of you losing the money that you put up, because that's what would happen, instead of you losing the money that you put up, you exercise the option to sell your portion of ownership to somebody else who wants an opportunity to buy that house. Now, in order for you to do that, there's an agreement within the land contract that puts you on title and giving you that percentage area of the title, giving you control within the contract of the land contract that states, there's a clause in there that states that you have the right to sell your portion off. So you don't need permission from the primary owner to do that. The other phase of a land contract that do not have that clause in there, you're basically just buying a piece of equity within the property, but it's not yours until you finalize the overall deal by purchasing the property as a whole. You may pay $800 rent, but then pay $300 over that, and the extra $300 is going toward the land contract. The average land contract term is from 12 to 24 months. They do have 36 months ones, but that's a rarity for that to happen, but it's normally from 12 to 24. So it could be 12, 18, 24. Okay. Are you with me? Or am I by myself? I heard a wise man say. This land contract give you the option to exercise and give you the time to make repair on your credit. Isn't that something? Rick, what happens if I do all this? Okay, I follow what you say. I do all that. Everything is good. I make the repair. I put some positive on my credit based on what I've been listening to your show on. You said that you need at least 3 to 4 to 6 trade lines. I got that on there. I'm good. I build back. I'm back. But that foreclosure still stays on there. How can I get a lender? So far, I went to a couple of banks and they turned me down. And that's going to happen. Banks will indeed turn you down because of the foreclosure on there. So, oh my God, Rick, so what did I do all this for nothing? No, you didn't. You see, there's so much different finance options that can work for you. It's unbelievable. So I'm just going to throw up a few for you so you can understand in case you're at that level and in that situation right now. First option. The owner could easily do a quitclaim deed and quitclaim you on the property. In conjunction with them quitclaiming you onto the property, within a 60-day time, giving time for the quitclaim to go through, you can seek a lender and refinance the property and pay the current owner out. Okay? That's just one way to do it. And even in some cases, the current owner can even assist you in that process of getting that loan. The loan is on the property. You're going to be the primary on the loan. And an agreement that you have with the owner is that the owner can continue to get some kind of proportion of payment, or you agree in 6 months after that to get the owner off the property, or because the owner is not on the property, the owner is on the loan. Okay? Usually this works with relatives. This works very well with close relatives. It really does. It works very well with good close friends. And even some strangers will take a chance on you because of who you are, the vibes that they pick up from you, the goodness in your heart. It shines. The love for our Lord and Savior shines through you. And you just found another one of God's people, and they'll work with you. Okay. The second area is a hardball money lender. They would charge you a higher interest rate. They don't give a damn about the word foreclosure on your credit, and they really truly don't give a damn about your credit, but they will look at it to have an idea to draw a characterization of who you are, the type of things that you buy. Okay, they're gonna interview you. They want to know who you are, what kind of hobbies that you have. Okay, so they kind of fill and formulate the character of you. Once they do that, then a hardball money lender may loan you the $88,000 or the $100,000 to buy the property and agree to finance it for 24 months at 16.5% interest rate, or 15 or 12.5% interest rate for the first year, and then it jumps up to 16 for the second year, giving you 24 months to refinance the property, tighten up the credit, and then as you are building on that, but you only want the hardball money lenders that report to the bureau because you need that on your bureau. Okay? You need that on your bureau. That's on your bureau. So now you can go to a lender, not a bank, because they're still not going to take you. But you can go to a mortgage company, and a lot of these banks own mortgage companies, a secondary company, because you will be considered in the secondary market. And so you can get a loan to pay out the hardball money lenders. And now you're back intact again. Welcome back. Now, the other way to do all this that was right in your face during the time before you lost your home, when this wonderful gentleman was trying to sit down and talk to you about opening up an insurance policy, but your small-mindedness was offended in one way, understood in another way, and just didn't give a damn on the third way. Because you looked at it as it's a death policy just for people to profit off me, and I don't benefit, get out of here. But you didn't sit down and listen to learn that it's not. Insurance is not just for that. Now, they do have policies just for that, but insurance is just not for that. You could have had a whole life policy with a living benefit building up in that policy until when this tragic thing took place, you would have had enough money to reinstate your property. You would have to listen to the radio and call AC Green to get a lawyer to try to do a modification. And even if you did, and even if you were able to get your own modification in place because you've been listening to Mortgage Talk, thank God, you have a policy that can now be used, the living benefit, to help pay to start the modification. Isn't that something? A whole life policy. A universal life policy, or an index universal life policy. You see, policies just for death benefits are just term policies. Term policy has no living benefits in it. So on a term policy, it's just really for death. 10,000, 15,000. Okay, that's all you need. That's it. But when you're living and you know you want to live and you doing and you are in good shape to live, then you don't need just for death. You want something that's going to work for the living. Then there's annuity that you can put money into, and there are various types of annuity. There's a immediate annuity allowing you to put a lump sum in, and then in 1 year time or 1 month from now, you can start drawing from it because you just won the lottery or you just got a settlement. And so now that's what you want to do, but you want to put something towards your retirement. Then there's a fixed annuity that could be set for a year from now or 2 years from now that you may want to start getting money from it. Okay? Then there's an overall annuity because there's so many. There's an index annuity that your money can be invested on the market. It is a risk, but the return is wonderful. Or just an annuity that you can put money into and pay into each and every month. Because you have a prospective goal that by the time you turn 60, you want to be able to draw out from your annuity $3,000 or $4,000 a month. You see, these opportunities you had in the earlier stage before you lost the house. But it's opportunity now that you are rebuilding and that you're coming back, you can take advantage of those opportunities. Because when you have a whole life policy, you with a living benefit, you are becoming your own bank. You are becoming your own bank. The interest on your money in the living benefits section is higher than it is with your money being in the bank. your money in the bank draws 0.6 to 0.7% interest rate. They're on what is known as the rules of 72, which means that it takes 72 years for you to even gain an interest production out of your money. So you putting your money in the bank, paying taxes on your money being in the bank, for that bank to discriminate against you and loan your money to somebody else. But you got XYZ dollars in the bank and your money ain't working for you, but other people are using your money that's working for them, making them rich. Give you something to think about. With these annuities comes with 8%, 10%, 11%, 12%. With a whole life policy comes with 4% or even 5% that your money is making money. Your money is actually making money. Out of sight, out of mind, and you can continue to add as much as you want to put into your living benefits. So, okay, here's an example. Under a whole life policy, your actual policy may cost you $60. But because you're putting money into your living trust, you have a target monthly amount of $100. So $40 is going into the living trust. It's going to take about 3 years for it to accumulate in case you want to start taking a little bit out, which is not wise to do because you're putting very little in. Take 40, time it by 12. Take 40, time it by 36, and tell you how much you're going to have in there. Do it at 4.5% interest. Boom, there it is. That's how much money you're going to have into the whole life policy. And if that's something for you to go, okay, well then think like this. What if I put $200 in there? Not 200 added into the 40 to make 2, but take 200 and add it on top of the 40. So now I'm putting 240 into that. Now where I am in 3 years. Now I can watch this grow. Ain't that something? That's how you are becoming a bank. Your own personal bank. So see, you can stop going to the bank of mom and dad. Because soon you're going to be a mom, or you're going to be a dad, or you are already one, but yet you don't have a bank. Now you can have a bank. And you can start your children with banks because they could be a rider onto your policy. And they could have living benefits within their policy just as well. As a child onto your policy, you can set a rider up for a college for them. And you can add $25 into that because they're only 4 or 6 or 8. So you got plenty of time, and now you got some money toward college. And as your income gets better and better, you can increase that. You never want that policy to ever lapse. With me, I automatically put an automatic premium in every policy that I do, in case you happen to miss your grace period, then they'll pull from your living cash benefit and pay that month for that policy, keeping your policy never in a danger situation. There's so many things that I can talk to you about these policies, but I'm talking to you about it now to make you aware now that these insurance policies are not just for death at all. There's a death benefit there. Yes, it is. But it's not just for death. It's for you, the living. You, the living, can do a lot with a whole life policy. You, the living, can do a lot with a UL policy that has a little stronger interest rate. You, the living, can do well with an index universal life policy. And it's so affordable until it's almost scary. We need to lose the concept in mind that these insurance policies are just for death. It has a death benefit in it, but you can also attach a retirement rider to it. So if you don't have a retirement, now you just you just add to a supplement retirement for you. You better wake up and smell a coffee and come to the party. Social Security is coming to an end. It is coming to an end. What did they say in 2033? Kiss it goodbye. Kiss it goodbye. That means that you people that are 21 years old, 35 years old, 45 years old now, you're not going to get Social Security. You people at 50 years old, you're not going to get it. Because by the time you get to the age to get it, unless you go through, and I'm just saying, if you are on a traditional healthy type level, now, of course, you get Social Security if you become permanently disabled and some things of that magnitude, you can get it early on those stages. But just assuming the fact that you are in the same condition that you're in right now, it's going to, you're not going to be able to get advantage of that. Okay? You're just not. It's gone. Where is your retirement coming from? You working these crazy jobs, these 2 jobs, barely making it, trying to get ends to meet. But you got to look at yourself and look at what you're paying into. You may even have to look at how much you're paying lights, how much you're paying gas, how much you're paying rent. Where can you cut at? Sometimes you may have to downsize a little bit. Move to another area, not a worse area, never, never, never a worse area. Ever. Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that. Because it's not necessary. You have to take the initiative. That's why I'm sharing with you some of these trailer park areas. That's why I'm sharing with you some of these rental houses areas. A rented house is better than an apartment, in my opinion. And it is once you have lived in both. I guarantee you, you don't want to leave a house and go back to an apartment. Townhouses are good too. Condominiums are great. To each his own. But I just lost everything. I'm out right now, or I'm going to be out in the next 2 weeks and don't have a clue where I'm going. Don't want to sleep in my car. Now, if you don't have a JOB, I ain't got no JOB, Rick. What am I going to do? I got to make some money. Okay, I got a solution for you for that too. Oh, Rick, I got a solution for you for that too. There are non-for-profit organizations that do hire people to come in to help them out. Yes, it's on a part-time level, but it does give you some kind of money coming into your pocket right now. I got another solution for that you can add on top of that. You can join me on Legal Shield, affordable legal service, Legal Shield. You can join Legal Shield. You can get your license, your limited line producer license. And you can sell Legal Shield, and you can make money selling Legal Shield. Do you know that there are people out there that's all they do is sell Legal Shield? That's their living now? It's added with my insurance. I do Legal Shield too. So you can sell money. I'm selling money. I'm sorry. You can sell legal service independently. And if you have a qualified automobile, then there's Lyft, then there's Uber, and while it's still in existence right now, it's a dying breed, but it still is in existence. You can throw newspapers and make a decent buck. I got some more ideas. You can sell peanuts. That's right. You know the little bag of peanuts? Sell them off the highway. And I don't mean the expressway now. Come on. Sell them. Sell them in the streets. Sell them at the ballpark. Sell them in the mall. Get your peddler's license so you don't be harassed. There are people who make $300 a day doing this. Okay? So there are jobs that you can do. So stop feeling sorry for yourself and stop wallowing in your pity and get up and make your comeback. Sometimes you need a little bit extra boost power because the energy level goes up and then comes down. Local library, one of the greatest information centers in the world. You can go there and almost any artist or any video games or any videos or any old shows or any motivational speakers, you can go and can sit there and listen to them at the library. Free. Free. And get your energy back. There is no excuse for you not to be able to do it. But you got to stop. You got to put a halt and stop wallowing in the pity because of the loss and get up and fight and do something. And you can make this work. You can make this work. Indeed, you can make this work. While the children are in school, you're doing Uber. At night, you're wrapping them up and putting them in the van while you're throwing paper. Okay? While they're sleeping, you're tossing newspapers, so you're making your money there too. Because you got nobody at home to watch them, so you take them with you. They're asleep, put them in the back of your van. I did mine that way. Put them in the back of your van. Enough cover on them for the wintertime. Wrap them up good. Leave the van warm while you're in there rolling up newspapers. So now when you get loading up the car, the kids are still asleep in the back with the dog or the cat. And so now you get the papers up front because you got them in containers because you want to be neat and organized. And now you're out there throwing papers. At the end of the time that you're throwing papers, now you're back home. By another hour or two, it's time for them to get up and go to school. Get them up and get them in the house, get them clean, wash up, send them off to school. While they're off in school, you're out there doing Uber. When they get out of school, you feed them. Now you're laying down to get your rest. So see, it can happen, single parents. It can happen. A lot of good things can happen for you. Just throwing some ideas out there. This may sparkle something else in you. And in your neck of the woods, you may know of another job that is available that can work for you. Okay? This is just what I call idea sparkles for you. This is after you have lost your home. This is after you have lost your home and don't have a job, or after you have lost your home and you still have a job. This is after you have lost your home and now you lost the job that you had, but yet you got a part-time job working at a gas station. Okay? Showing you how you can still make a comeback, but you feel the world is over with. You're done. You're not done. You ain't got to beg nobody for no money. You ain't got to tell nobody, look, if you want me to sit with you to have coffee, you got to pay me $40. You ain't got to do that. You can still keep your pride because you can do your comeback. And it's there for you to do the comeback on. I didn't say it's going to be totally easy, but the reward is going to be totally wonderful and great. And the place that you can stay is going to be wonderful too. Well, Rick, I don't have any money. I have no money to get this place right now. I got no money to put down. I got this part-time job. Okay, look through the paper because there are rented houses going on out there. There are trailers that where you need very little money. $300 can get you right in the door. Okay, you're making $157 on the part-time job a week. Okay. Go do the newspapers for that night. Or go do Uber for that day. Uber pays you, you can get paid from Uber the same day, Lyft the same day, do them both. I guarantee you in a run of a week, you'll have the money. You may have to do an interesting sacrifice along the way. You may have to do the Lyft or the Uber. After 5 o'clock, you shut down. Because you got to work at the gas station from 5 to 11 or 5 to 12. So you go to the gas station and you put your time in there. Okay? What I do from that point? You may have to do the ultimate sacrifice. If you know somebody that let you stay at their house for the week, great. In their basement, in a spare room. But here's something that I didn't even share with you on. By the way, so you don't have to sleep in your car. Remember, I'm all against you sleeping in the car. I got nowhere else, Rick. I mean, it sounds great, but I can't do that in a week. I mean, I can do that, but I can't. I mean, you said don't sleep in the car. So I'm going to be hell of a tired. I got to wash up. I got you. Two ways to handle that. Some people join the health club. So in the morning time, they go to the health club, work out, wash up, boom, go. You see what I'm saying? But hold on. I'm just throwing that to you, but I'm not saying, do that, but do that if you have to. There are people that rent rooms. So if you don't have no money to go rent a house now, you ain't got no money to go pay for a trailer now, but then you can go rent a room from somebody. They don't want much, and your part-time job can help you get it. I require $250 deposit and 125 for the room. Okay, well I have $225. I'll get paid next Friday, and I can have that for you, and that will secure that. Okay, you can negotiate. These people want to rent to you. They will rent to you. You got to follow their rules too, by the way. But it's all good. You got a place to wash up. You got a place to lay your head. And a place of safetyness with a lock on your door. In a 30 days, 60 days, 3-month time period, you can go rent your house or a trailer to start your comeback. You understand what I'm saying? And even, it all depends on the circumstances. You may say, hey, this is a cool deal here. I can stay here for a whole year and I'd be ready to rock and roll. Okay. So see, there's still a fighting chance for you to be able to fight to live. That's all I'm saying. And in that process, you need to sit down and understand that I need a policy, an investment, working side by side with me. See, Uncle Sam is with you side by side because he collects his money every time you do what? Make money. But here's a partner that could be side by side with you, and they're not trying to take your money, but you're putting your money with them, some of your money with them, and they're making your money make money for you. And that's a whole life policy. And you ought to call me to get more information at 708-577-0328. That's 708-577-0328. And let's talk about it. Let me show you. Let me get you a illustration. Let me help you to make your money make money for you and to help free you. So you now can have room to breathe, to live, to have fun, to spend. Within reason, of course. After I lose my house, after I lost everything, some things I can put in storage. Other things I might be able to sell on eBay. Come on now. Some of the things I just have to throw away. Some things I can sell right now and get quick cash. You don't have to live in your car. How many times have you heard of renting a space from somebody? Not many. Now, if you live in a house on your own, some of you even never even heard of that. How many times have you thought about maybe renting a trailer park when you was out there renting homes or renting apartments? Nobody thought about no stuff like that. That's for poor people, poor white people. Okay. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. They have some in there, in certain areas a lot, but that's not necessarily designed just for that. It's designed for anybody. And there's some beautiful, and I mean some trailers that'll blow your mind. You wouldn't believe. Some of them got hot tubs in it. Okay. So don't rock the boat on that one. until you do your investigation. These ideas, because I simply got just one or two emails on it, but was reading the comments on other mortgage talk shows, and this was some of the things that people were going through. And I'm like, oh my God. Most of my requests is from how to get out of foreclosure procedures, because I just got in it. Okay. Help me fight to keep my house, which is wonderful. And I'm glad to be able to do that. But what happens after I have lost? I rarely get any kind of questions based on that. Very, very, very rarely. So for me to be able to come back and to share some things with you is very pleasing to me, to be able to do that, to share with you positive, good information that you can use. Now, I'm not into your steps. You're right. I didn't say it's going to be totally 100% easy. You're right. What I said was you're going to be able to live and to be able to survive, and in a safe haven, you're going to be able to make your comeback. But you got to keep your hand in God's hand. That's the number one thing. Don't ever stop doing that. You always got to keep your hand in the hands of the great I am. Don't you dare take your hands out of his hands in your time of need. He is a comforter. He's your mother, he's your father, he's your sister, he's your brother, he's your advisor, he's your protector. He will open up your understanding and open doors to help you go through, to help redeem and build and put you back. So you ain't in this by yourself. See, God has his own people that come on a show like this and share information with you. Restoring back the hope. Restoring back reality. So this is what you can do if you have already lost your home. Some of you are very blessed. They have family that you can go to. That's a wonderful thing. Some of you are blessed. I do not frown up on those that say, you know what, I'm going to go and strip and be a stripper. Well, you do what you got to do, but there's other means. But again, what works for you? Okay. So after I lose my home, after I've lost my job, after I've been downsized on the job, after I have been laid off on the job, and now I lost my home, I'm going to get put out within the next 2 weeks. Now you have some options that you can work on. So when time for you to get out that 2 weeks, you got a place to go. You got a rented house to go to. You got a rented trailer to go to. You got a rented room somewhere to go to. You see what I'm saying here? You're still going to have shelter over your head, especially if you live in the Midwest for the wintertime that is now starting to turn as the fall is here. Now you're going to have that. You got people with homes that rent out rooms, okay? So you're going to have a chance. A chance. That's all you're asking for is a chance. But don't forget to have your tag team partner with the policy, because these policies are so inexpensive, it's unbelievable. Some of these policies for some of you will even qualify in the teens, in the 20s, in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s. You'll be surprised because it is done on your obtained age. Everybody's policy won't be the same because everybody's not the same. Physiologically, they're not the same. Age-wise, they're not the same. Health-wise, they're not the same. Mental wise, they're not the same. Hobby wise, they're not the same. Job wise, high risk and low risk jobs, they're not the same. Okay? But you can still have your partner, that whole life policy, your partner. I want you to look at a whole life policy as your partner. It's your protection because it's going to have death benefits in it. It's your protection because you're going to have a living benefits in it. It can be further a greater protection for you if you have a disability policy, a disability rider with it, in case you was in a bad accident or something happens to you. Oh, I can tell you about a disability because you get a lump sum up front on a disability. Yes, you do from your face value. Or I can go into a little bit more details with you on that, but you got to call me to get that information. 708-577-0328. 708-577-0328. You can have a retirement rider to your whole life policy. You see, your friend, your tag team partner. Think about that. Well, I got something on the job. That's for the job. Lose the job, you lose that. Okay? Don't talk about the job. How much is it? $10,000, $15,000? Just enough to bury you? Okay, what the job downsize and lay you off or send you to or outsource? 'Cause a lot of companies are doing this. They're outsourcing the work now. So now you have an independent company coming in doing the same job that you're doing. Okay. So they don't need you no more. And they'll tell you, well, you can go work for the independent company. you don't get what we give you because we cutting all the benefits. We save money on that. Okay. And you go over there to work for the independent. They want you aboard so you can help train their own people. Once they people got it, you gone. Some of you, most of you. Okay. Where's your tag team partner at? Hold on. What happens to that policy? Kiss goodbye. Some of it you can convert it over into a individual policy. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but you can do it. And if you're able to do that, that's a great thing for you. Now that you got your individual policy, now you still got a tag team partner. What does it contain? In it, does it have anything that you can benefit from? Does it have a living benefit in it? Does it have a retirement in it for you? Is there a disability policy there? Or is it just a disability policy with nothing else? Is it just an insurance policy? A health insurance policy with nothing else? Got to analyze it and look at your needs. Okay? So I am indeed promoting this for you. But I'm also encouraging you to know and to understand that after you lost everything and it's gloom and doom, there's hope. And you can keep hope alive, and you can do so by believing in you and keeping your hands in God's hand. I'm going to leave you with this. I invest $1,000 a year into one of the greatest commodities that I know. And I'm going to share with you. I invest over $1,000 combined in a year into one of the greatest commodities that I know. And that's me. You are the greatest commodity that you know. You can invest $1,000 a year into you, not taking no vacation. You can invest $1,000 a year into you on self-education. Doing the things that you always wanted to do. Learn the things you always wanted to learn. Paint. If it's been a painter, it's what you want to do. Now you can paint and buy the brushes and learn the different strokes and go to the class and learn how to structure different things. Whatever it is, you only live once. Treat you But you can tighten the boat on knowledge. I tighten mine to learn real estate. You can tighten the boat on knowledge. I guarantee you, as you learn and grow in it, you're going to invest more and more to fine tune, to make you better, to make you one of the best. Invest into one of the greatest commodities that you know, and it is you. There's a wonderful thing that people do. So much going on in our lives. Some of us are not in the situation that I'm talking about, and some of us are. Some of us are there alone with our children or even with our spouse. There's always going to be a show on spouse relationships of how to do better in your relationships and how to communicate better in your relationships. I've never claimed to be a relationship expert. So I don't walk on those waters. I'm like many, many other people, just have opinions. Some of it may fit and some of it may be way off course. But nevertheless, there are people out there that are experts and they can share information with you. And you can pick through like a fine tooth comb, and some of it even hits home. Okay? But how many people have shows that's based on financing? Maintaining the largest investment that you ever own in your life, and that's real estate. Investing your money to make you money at a 4.5%, 5%, 6%, 7% interest rate, and even higher. Not many. Buying annuities, buying bonds. Okay. Helping your money during this time to make money for you because you don't have a crystal ball and you can't see what may happen in another 6 months or next year at this time. Wake up. You can't live for the moment and hope for the future. You live for now and you prepare for the future. Because the power in you, the drive in you, the love you have for the great I am in you. We all don't know when our checkout time is, but we take it one day at a time, baby. And we live it one day at a time. But we prepare for the future because we plan on being there. You can't go in blind. So some of you stop walking through the door backwards and turn around and come on. Well, that's it for us on Mortgage Talk. I hope this has been a helpful point for you. I really do. I really do. I'm just sharing some things with you from what I've read on other mortgage shows, comment areas. A lot of it I saw. Mortgage Talk doesn't get a lot of those. So I figured, let me mention it. Because if you lose a house already, why would you listen to Mortgage Talk? I already lost my house. What am I listening to you for? See, now Mortgage Talk is just more than help you maintain your property, but it's also to help you regain property, to rebuild back so you can get what you once had. That's what Mortgage Talk is about too. And to help you have a tag team partner so your money can make money and build while you're building to make your comeback. That's what Mortgage Talk is all about too. So I'm glad to be able to give you something, you can always email me at mortgagetalk1@gmail.com. That's mortgagetalk1@gmail.com for any questions, for any particular topics relating to the mortgage industry. And I'm going to look a little bit more into this because I want to share a little bit more with you. I don't know how much more is out there, but I love you enough to go out there to do the research and get my team to do the research so we can come back and we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the people that lost their homes to help build them up with hope. We're going to talk about it on the show. We're going to share some things. We're going to invite people on, but they can give positive energy to people that have lost their home and doing a comeback. So Mortgage Talk is just not going to be just for help people maintain homes or purchase homes. That's what we do too. And you fit, guess what? You fit in that category too. Ah, yes, you do. Yes, you do. So we're going to talk to you just as well. That's why we have one slogan. You're like family. So welcome home. And welcome to Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery. And I thank you so much for you listening in. I'll be back next Friday with Mortgage Talk. You can listen to us on blogtalkradio.com/Mortgage Talk 1, number one symbol. And you can listen to us on speaker.com. That's right. You can listen to us on speaker.com. We're on at 8:30. We'll be back. We're on, and then we'll jump over to speaker.com. Sometimes we can do our simulcast, and sometimes we have a little problems doing the simulcast. But Mortgage Talk usually run for about a 45-minute show. And so we'll switch from there and then go to speaker.com, and then we'll talk to you on speaker.com. But if everything goes well, the other Lord is with us. We can do a simulcast and can do them all at the same time. I love the simulcasting. I love doing them all at the same time. Okay. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next Friday. Don't forget to listen to Club Saturday Night on speaker.com. It's hosted by the Jam Master of Soul. And Club Saturday Night is on the first Saturday of the month, the last Saturday of the month. They do old school jams, and they sprinkle a little new school in there too, but they do old school jams. So on the last Saturday of this month, which if I'm not mistaken, it is tomorrow. Club Saturday Night is on at 11:30. Is on at 11:30. So come back here to speaker.com at 11:30 and get the Jam Master Soul. He borrows my engineer, Dave the Man, who's here with me, and listen to Club Saturday Night. Make you feel good, man. Old school jams, you're going to love it. Tell a friend, tell many, many, many people about Club Saturday Night because they're doing a fantastic job there and help cheer them on. I'll see you back here again on Mortgage Talk as we continue to strive and reach, to work together, to build together, and to help you reach the level that you need to be at and maintain and defend. That's Mortgage Talk. That's what we're dedicated to do. God bless you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next Friday right here on Mortgage Talk. 8:30 on blogtalkradio.com/Mortgage Talk 1. You can get me 9:30 right here on speaker.com. God bless you. Thank you. Good night, everybody.